Chosen ones, it's me having a little fun, but it's also me being very real, right? Have you ever noticed when it comes to you, seems like whatever narrative the enemy wants to put out there about you, man, people are just so quick to believe it. Notice no one ever comes and address the issue with you. And, the heartbreaking thing that I discovered was it's because they want to believe that about you. Because you have the heart of the Lord, you come off as a little bit, too perfect. And a lot of people out here are compromising themselves in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So, they want to believe the worst about you. The reason I don't like this, man, is not because, you know, people are doing it. It is what it is. Most of us been having people come at us since elementary school. But what it is that we are really trying to be that light out here. And I mean, in their faces and behind their backs. We're, maintaining our discipline, our prayer life, communion with the Most High, right? Dignity, integrity, and all that. And not just saying we're doing it or making excuses for why we're not doing it, but we really are doing it. And not to be looked up to as the hero as they seem to think, but because we really want to be that light for God, for ourselves, our family, and yes, even them. This is why it hurts so much when they believe all these narratives, because they are literally striving to hinder our life's purpose that we know will make this world a better place. We made a promise to ourselves by God's grace when we were younger, and by his grace, we strive to keep that promise. Whereas again, a lot of them, capitulate to the twisted perspectives of this society that tells them, stuff like what y'all learned in a home was for a child, but this is how the real world get down. No, that is propaganda. It is indoctrination. It is the enemy trying to use Hegelian dialectics. You might want to look it up, to destroy, right? Very foundational morality and character built within you, within the home. Now, we do get out here in the world and we do, adapt to certain aspects of life that our parents may have been trying to protect us from. But no, you don't just throw everything away and compromise yourself and, say, hey, it's because this is the way the real world works. Are you not tired of the consequences that come with the way the real world works? Right? But anyway, the main reason for getting on this video was I just pay attention to how people just notice all your flaws, right? All your weaknesses. They try to dig, it would scare you if I told you guys, use myself as an example of how, let's just say weird, as the young folks say, right? How people just try to dig into every aspect of my life, trying to find something and always find nothing. And I even had someone to say, if I can't find something wrong about you, that means everything wrong about you. So really, with man, you can't win for losing. If they can't find anything wrong, then now they're just going to assume whatever they want to assume. And the Lord allows this because you now have to be comfortable with him. And once again, and him alone. And it's a freeing experience when you know God is happy with you and you become a God pleaser and stop being a man pleaser, right? Because God wants to use you wounded in everything. He wants to use your flaws and all, right? Whereas man, you can be perfect. And if they want to be envious of you, now they'll consider you too perfect and now they'll hate you anyway, right? But the thing about it is they will notice flaws and weaknesses about you that are not even really flaws and weaknesses. It's, it's perspectives, right? Erroneous perspectives, jaded perceptions that they have of you, and it through cognitive bias. And that's another thing that you should look up. And the Lord allowed them to see that so that he can get you to a place where you learn to not need the validation of man, right? Everything the enemy does, according to Article Romans, Section 8, Clause 28, the Lord will use for your good. But what's crazy is when it comes to some of their favorite celebrities, politicians, or just people in general, right? They can tell them whatever they want to tell them, and they will believe. You can easily look at that and you can say, hey, everything you accuse me of, that's what your favorite celebrity is actually doing. And have you noticed that they can't see it at all? Their favorite politician can literally tell them, for their benefit, right? They're pumping Kool-Aid into the air, right? The planes up in the sky. It's a healthy type of Kool-Aid, right? But it's a tasteless, odorless Kool-Aid, right? And only those who give a second. Only those who are their biggest fans or who really get them can slightly taste the Kool-Aid. But air is no longer air. Air is now your favorite Kool-Aid, right? And depending on your personality, because we're in the future now, is what the Kool-Aid will taste like, right? But yeah, it's a odorless, tasteless, Kool-Aid, unless of course you're their favorite, a fan or what have you. And if you're in tune with their vibe, you can taste the Kool-Aid, right? And they will literally, quote unquote, drink that Kool-Aid. I guarantee you have a lot of people going around here. I can taste it. You can't taste it. It's lime green. It's red. Mine's strawberry, like it's Willy Wonka or something, right, man? It's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. I can taste it.